new comment, error class dot error error message. Okay, so let me just remove this curly bracket. We will use this class error message. Okay, so let me go to enter OTP, and inside this class we are going to give a class that's going to be enter OTP. No, not it's not actually OTP. We are going to use another thing, and that thing is called as error message. Okay, so let me go error message. Let me reload the page, and you can see this is working. So now we just have to place the display none here, and we are going to say invalid OTP. Okay, this error message. Okay, so now whenever someone clicks enter, let me just write some placeholder for this, enter OTP, and inside this thing placeholder, inside placeholder you can write anything, enter OTP. So let me reload the page, and okay, right now it's not coming, but it's okay. So whenever someone clicks on this user OTP, let me, okay, so there is nothing. Okay, oh yeah, I know that I just got separated this email ID. So you can always use the change. Actually, you should use the on change method rather than using on key down. So let me go to new tab, and I will say on change jquery. Okay, on change, and there is a jquery. You can also use in React, but it's okay. Let's say okay, so this is working, and the call bell, the function is accepted here. So there is an event. Okay, there is always an event object that you are going to get. You are also getting here. So we are preventing the by default behavior of clicking on that button. So what we are going to do is we are going to use console.log. We are going to say e.target.value. Okay, so let me just copy it. Let me just reload the page, not copying it. Then I will just say array of silicon dharmic g86, and let me just send OTP. Okay, and you can see the invalid OTP, so it's actually shown, but no problem at all. Let me just try something. Okay, let me go to the console. Oh, I just wrote actually on the console, so I have to write here. It's not working. I don't know why it's not working. User OTP change function console.log e.target.value. There should be some problem actually. I don't know. Let me just do this. Hello there, and let me remove first the whole div, display none. Let me remove this thing. Okay, let me just reload the page. So let me just write something. This is not working. Okay, it is working actually, but it's not working that fast, right? I don't know why it's not working. Okay, so let me just implement the on or key down method, because that will also work. So let me reload the page. So there is a key down is not a function. Let me go here and just see key down jQuery event. So okay, so it's not actually camel case, it's actually a lowercase. Okay, so yes, it's really working very well. So what I can do is I can always grab console.log e.target.value, e.target.value, and let me reload the page. Let me say I don't know why it's not working. It's not just letting me press the key. Let me reload the page first. Okay, it's actually working. So let me see uh, if it is invalid or not. Okay, this can be easily hacked actually. Okay, but no problem at all. We are not going to make it that much secure. So what we can do is we are just going to create a new variable that's going to be user entered OTP equals to e.target.value. And if you don't know, this is a type of string. Okay, so this is a type of string, this is not number. Let me just actually prove it. You can see the color is white here. Okay, so I'm going to say console.log user entered OTP. We'll reload the page. We'll say 123. Oh, this color is also white, but okay, let me just make it number first, then its color is going to be changed. Okay, let me reload the page. You can see the numbers color is changed. Okay, so we can use this. So let me use this function. This function is used to convert a string to number. You can always use this. Okay, and if string is not convertible to number, then it will return not a number, NaN. Okay, so user entered OTP. So we are going to check if the OTP that user entered is true or not. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to fetch it. So to fetch the OTP, we are going to create a new file inside the PHP server. In send OTP mail, we are going to create a new file. Okay, we are going to say send OTP and we are going to say fetch OTP, fetch OTP dot PHP. Okay, so inside this, we are going to just fetch the OTP that we want to fetch. So what I will do is, let me just make another post request. So we are going to copy this thing, this whole thing. We are going to copy this and inside. Okay, and where we really need it. Okay, we need it here. I will copy and paste it here. Post PHP server. So I will say fetch otp.php. Email address is going to be email address, but we have not fetched the email address. So I will fetch the email address from here and I will paste it here. Okay, so that's it. User entered OTP is also okay. So now on the function data status console.log, so this inside this function or inside this fetch OTP file, we just have to fetch the OTP. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say PHP require, or you can always use the require once. It is just going to make sure that the file is imported only once, but we are just importing it once. Okay, so that's actually the truth, but no problem at all. Let me pass a query here. So let me go to here and use this query. Okay, or you can directly use this also. So let me just go here. Actually this is not suitable, but you can use it. Okay, so select star. Okay, so this is great. Select star from where email response to this, and okay, so let me, is this email is not defined actually. What we are going to do is we are going to just grab this upper element of this thing. If not defined, then just die as take email. So that's it. And one more thing, what we are going to need is we can always get the fetch result. Okay, so what I'm going to do is result. So you can always use the same function as you have used, but what I'm going to do is fetch mysqli. So let me just say real result, or you can name anything. You can name this variable anything that you like. I'm going to say result fetch associative or fetch let me just var dump it. Okay, real result, and let me just load this page. One more thing, I also want to paste this here because it is important that I want to display the errors. Okay, so let me just reload the page. Let me say array of silicon. Okay, let me write array of silicon. Okay, so I'm going to say send OTP. Going to take some time, but yes, I don't want to do this. I want to grab here. Okay, so you can see the OTP is coming so fast. Let me just reload the page. I will say 1, and you can see this is a null. This is also null. Why it is null? Because actually there is no uh, email address here. Okay, it is grabbing email address from here, and we are just actually testing it out, because we are not going to display this enter OTP without entering the email address. Okay, so let me write something 1 2 3, and you can see that the OTP is coming. Okay, OTP is actually coming. What we can do is we can fetch associative, fetch field, fetch raw, fetch associative is okay. Then we are going to use OTP. So let me just say OTP, because this is a fetch associative array, or you can always use this thing. Let me use this thing because it is defined. Okay, there. Okay, let me just grab it here, and you can see the thing is coming. Okay, so let me just reload the page. Now what we are going to do is we are going to use the fetch associative array, and on this fetch associative array we have this definition of OTP. Okay, so we can always use this like this. Let me say real OTP. Just copy this and paste it here. Let me reload the page. Okay, and let me write something. So you can see it's coming actually. Okay, so if I write something else, let me say I want to write array of silicon, and it's also going to come. Okay, so this is very well. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just say echo real OTP, and this will work. Okay, this will work very well. So what I'll do is I will go to my file where I called it, where I called the function. So this is very well. I don't want this whole things. I don't want this. So what I will do is I will just console.log data, and if there is another console.log, then just remove it. Okay, because no distraction, actually I don't want any distraction. So let me reload the page. Let me say the Dharmic GT6, and let me say 1 2 3. So you can see that this is working very well. Now what we are going to do is we are going to convert this data actually inside the number. Okay, so let me write something like this: const real, or oh sorry for that, real OTP equals to number, number and data. Okay, so this is a real OTP, and we are going to compare here real OTP equals to equals to, there is a triple equal to sign, user entered OTP. If this is true, then we are going to set we are going to just remove this whole thing, and we are going to say email verified successfully. Okay, so let me write style for that. Where is my register.js file? This is my register.js file. So let me write the style for that. Okay, so display none. We can always make it big, but right now I don't want to make it big. So let me write invalid OTP, and okay, so what I actually want is I want to let me just reload the page. Whenever I press something, you can see this is saying invalid OTP. Okay, actually I just logged it out, but I just close this. I want this for testing, so let me just make it as it was initially. Okay, let me reload the page. Let me write something. You can see there is a trying to access. Okay, so let me write something. Okay, you can see this is working very well. Now what I really want is that real OTP, and if a user enter OTP is true, then I'm going to remove this whole thing, this thing which is a parent of this. So email, let me just paste it, and you can see this whole thing. Let me give a common class. This is also email OTP due. Okay, because this is a part of email and OTP system. So this is the main part of email OTP. Okay, everything is a part of email OTP, but this is the main part. I will just paste it here. I will say, I will go to here and I will say that email OTP due. So whatever the name here is, we are going to say dollar dot email OTP due dot CSS, or you can always add a class. So let me just add a class. There is a class add property. So let me add a class. The class name is going to be display none. Okay, so let me just that's it. Okay, let me just reload the page, and if it is working or not, I have to see it. Let me just console.log. Okay, let me just console.log it. Yes, working. OTP matching or match. Okay, let me reload the page. We'll go to console.log. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Okay, so let me just give my email address, and I will say enter OTP. So you can see that this is not working. Actually it is going to work. Okay, so I'm going to write 65. I'm going to write the same number here because I want to just test if it is working or not. Oh, it's actually not working. Why it's not working? There is some problem. Let me just console.log both thing, the real OTP, console.log real OTP, and also the another OTP, that is a user entered OTP. So let me just console.log it. I will say something one, and you can see that this is very important. Okay, key down or key up. Okay, let me just paste. Actually it's going to be key up event because key down is not really supported. Let me say key up. Let me just reload the page if it is working or not. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, it is working, but now this is not a number because this is not associated. Now I can always use this. Okay, so let me just say 6591 and 85. Okay, so you can see the OTP is matching. Okay, now we can use the style that we always defined, and we also want a text that is saying that OTP is verified successfully. So let me write a paragraph. Email verified successfully. Email verified successfully, and class or ID is going to be email verification text. Okay, so I'm going just to copy this ID, and let me create this. Okay, hashtag dot css, and we want to display it. Okay, so first it displays none, but we want to remove a class. That's actually jquery remove. You can use this thing, but I will say remove class. Okay, so I will say what I will say display none. Okay, so let me remove this, and let me also go to this file and let me just turn this on. Okay, because it is now necessary, so everything else is working very well. Now let me just oh, mail is verified successfully. Why? I don't know. Okay, by default its value is true, that's why. Email verified successfully. Let me just go and say class going to be display none. Okay, actually it's going to be display none. So let me say my name, and ID. I will say send OTP. Okay, OTP is sent successfully. Let me go to here and you can see the OTP is here, so I will just copy it and I will say 84821 and 9. Okay, so you can see the email is verified successful. Okay, we don't want to log this out because people can see this. Okay, so let me just style this a little bit. I will say margin 0, or I can also say margin bottom 10 pixel, more than that 20 pixel if I want. I can always improve that. Let me say font size is going to be 20 pixel and color is going to be blue. Okay, I don't know why, but this margin say of top is really not good. So let me say minus 10 pixel and it's going to looking good. Okay, so let me just grab this thing. I know it's looking okayish, but it's okay. Let me say email verification text, and we are going to say email verification text. So margin 0, I don't want it. So color is blue, but I just want to grab the color of this element. I don't know why this color picker is not working. So okay, now it's working. I will just copy it, and for color I will use this. Okay, this way you can use the color. Okay, there is also extension for color highlighter. So let me go color highlight, and this is really great extension for it. This is really great extension if you want to use. So you can see whatever color you type here, you are going to see it. Okay, so let me just type it. You can see this FFF is this. Okay, if I type 00000, you can see it's black. Let me type a random something that is actually okay. So you can see that's how the color is going. Color, what the color you are using, you can see it. Okay, immediately. This is really useful extension whenever you are working with colors and actually front end. Okay, not just color. So let me write my email address. I will say send OTP. Winner is going on. I will go to console and let it hit the bar. So I will say something 1 2 3. So let me just paste it like 9 6 4 7 7 and 0, and email is verified successfully. Okay, now what we have to do is we just have to match these things like password and password confirmation. If these two things are matching, and whenever someone clicks on create button, then we are going to grab these three things and we are going to we are just going to pass it with a ajax code to a php file. Okay, and we are going to grab from it. Okay, so that's it. That's what we are going to do. That's it for today's tutorial.